today's topic for discussion is depression of freezing point. So, what will happen when we add solutes like NaCl and glucose in solvent like water? So, what is NaCl and glucose? The common thing between both of them is both are non volatile, that means both cannot evaporate. But water is a volatile solvent. So, pure water has freezing point 0 degrees Celsius, but whenever we are adding non-volatile solute in volatile solvent, is there any change in the freezing point of the solutions? So freezing point of solutions will decrease, but how this will happen, we are discussing. So here I have taken two beakers on the top. So on the right hand side I am showing liquid solvent only, that is I have taken pure water at temperature 10 degrees Celsius. So in my above example, pure water will evaporate at normal 10 degrees Celsius and there will be some vapors in equilibrium. So these are the four vapors which are in equilibrium with the water solvent. Now, if I start cooling this solution, so or cooling, water vapors will start coming down, and on heating, liquid will start changing to vapor. But we are not heating, we are cooling here. So on cooling, when it reaches 0 degrees Celsius, two vapors will come down and now it solidifies. So in my example, when water is ice, there are only two vapors. So now continuing this experiment, I am adding non-volatile salt in the above example of liquid solvent. So when we add non-volatile solute, it will act as a hindrance. So water vapors will not be able to evaporate that much. Therefore, now instead of four vapors, there is lowering of vapor pressure. Only three vapors are there. Similarly, if we take the solid solution of the same thing, so the solid solution also, so if solid solvent has two vapors, solid solution also the vapor pressure will decrease. So in my hypothetical example, so instead of two vapors of solution, now I am having one vapor of solid solution. Now if I change to two vapors, the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. But if I have to make it to one vapor, so I have to decrease the vapor. That means I have to reduce the temperature. So I have to decrease the vapor. That means I have to reduce the temperature. So for two vapors, the temperature was 0 degrees Celsius. For one vapor, temperature will be even lesser. Let me assume -1 degree Celsius. Therefore, the original liquid solvents, that is water's freezing point was 0 degrees Celsius. But when we have added salt, the freezing point decreases to -1 degree Celsius. So this was my hypothetical assumption. But if this temperature, so let me assume this temperature 0 degrees Celsius can be any temperature. So let me assume this is so T1, and this -1 degree Celsius, let me assume T2. So what will be the change in temperature that, so what will be the change in temperature that will be T2 minus T1. So T2 minus T1, that is the change in the freezing point, that is delta TF. So here it is. So T2 is 0 degree Celsius. So 0 degree minus -1. So this comes out to be +1. So which is change in the freezing point. Let's understand the graph of the depression in freezing point. So we have taken a graph where vapor pressure is on y-axis and temperature we have taken on x-axis. Now for any particular temperature, the vapor pressure of solvent, let us start from here, it can be any. So we have marked a point, that is the vapor pressure of the solvent. Now at the same temperature, the vapor pressure of the solution will be less because there is lowering of vapor pressure. Now if we start decreasing the temperature of the solvent, the vapor pressure will go on decreasing, as I have shown in my example. We have already discussed in that example till the vapor pressure decreases so much that it becomes equal to the solid's vapor pressure. That means now the solvent which was liquid, now it has changed to solid. So this point represents the phase change. So liquid has changed to solid. So now on further decreasing the temperature of the solid, the vapor pressure will further decrease. But this point where liquid changes to solid, this temperature is freezing point of that particular solid. So in this case, this temperature is T2. So whatever the solvent, water or something else, whatever the volatile solvent, the freezing point shown here is T2. Similarly, for the solution for the same temperature, the vapor pressure was lower, but when we start lowering the temperature, the vapor pressure goes on decreasing till it changes to solid. So this is the point where it changes to solid, and the temperature with respect to that is T1. Now the initial freezing point was T2. Now the freezing point of solution is T1, and we know that T1 is lower than T2. Now what will be the change in freezing point of both? That we will say T2 minus T1, where T2 will be the bigger in magnitude and T1 will be lower in magnitude. So delta TF is change in freezing point of when the solution, the solvent changes from solvent to solution when a non-volatile solute is added. Let us derive the formula for depression in freezing point. So we know that depression in freezing point is directly proportional to lowering of vapor pressure. That means more is the lowering of vapor pressure, more will be the depression of freezing point. And lowering of vapor pressure is also directly proportional to mole fraction of solute. That means delta TF will be also directly proportional to mole fraction of the solute. Now writing the mole fraction of solute here as number of moles of solute divided by number of moles of solute plus number of moles of solvent. So delta TF is equal to, now we have opened up this proportionality and the proportionality constant here is K. So K, and we have solved this further. So X of solute is N solute over N solute plus N solvent. So where the number of moles of solute are very less because the solution is dilute, so we can neglect this thing. Now on neglecting this, so this comes out to be delta TF is equal to K, we have taken as it is, number of moles of solute we have taken as it is, and what is number of moles of solvent here? It is mass of solvent divided by molar mass of solvent. On solving this will go up, so mass of the solvent goes here, and we know that mass of the solvent is also constant. So one constant K into another constant M is one more constant here I have written is Kf, and number of moles of solute. So number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg. So do you remember what it is? It is molality. So instead of this I write molality. So number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent is molality. This mass and this K is your constant. So these two become constant as Kf, and this whole N over mass is written as molality. So the delta TF is equal to Kf. This is constant now, molar depression constant or cryoscopic constant. So this constant is molar depression constant. So delta TF is Kf constant, which will be mentioned in the question, into molality.